tell us what happened? What did you do to, why are you in jail?
I killed 2 people that morning. My wife and her friend. We got into an argument. They come to the house and left and come back and bad things happen.
All right. Well, why do you think you're deserving of a commutation of your sentence?
Because I ain't the same man I was back then 30-something years ago.
When you opened up your statement, how did this happen? You said bad things happen. You were arguing. Bad things happen.
Yes, man, when you kill somebody, it's bad.
Yeah, bad things happen. Okay. I just want to make sure I heard it right.
David Lambert. David Lambert, man. We're going to hear him out. Louisiana Parole Board. See what they say.
All right, we are ready for our next case, and that is Mr. Lambert. Good morning, Mr. Lambert. Is that you? I think y'all are still on mute.
Yes.
Oh, there we go. Mr. Lambert, would you tell us your name and DOC number, please?
David Lambert, 342498.
Mr. Lambert, and you have there with you your mother, Miss Nadine Lambert, and she wants to speak on your behalf. We'll ask her at the appropriate time to do so. And on Zoom, we have the Parole Project, Mr. Myers. Also here today with us in Baton Rouge in opposition, we have Jamie Daigle and Ryan Cook. By Zoom in opposition, Sissy Amon, Linda Temple, Ryan Cook, and Vincent Amon. And for those who've indicated they'd like to speak, Ornoni, I'm sorry, it's misspelled.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Ornoni, I apologize. Mr. Lambert, you're here today before the pardon board. You're seeking a commutation of your sentence. You were sentenced in June of 1994 in Tangipahoa Parish for 2 counts of first-degree murder. You are serving a life sentence. Is that information correct, Mr. Lambert?
Yes,
All right, Mr. Lambert, would you tell us what happened? What did you do to, why are you in jail?
I killed 2 people that morning.
Tell us about it.
My wife and her friend. We got into an argument. They come to the house and left and come back and bad things happen.
All right. Well, why do you think you're deserving of a commutation of your sentence?
Because I ain't the same man I was back then 30-something years ago.
All right, let me acknowledge, I just got handed a sheet. We have some other folks, Tamika White, Alexis Taylor, Michelle Spax, and Tatlin Costa, who are also participating today in opposition.
And also I would like to note that Ms. Linda would have been here, but due to unforeseen reasons, she's just watching on some
Okay, thank you.
circumstances.
So Mr. Lambert, why do you, tell us a little bit more. You say you're a different person. Why do you think you deserve a commutation of your sentence?
Well, I done took my classes and I think I've done wrong, and I asked the victim family to forgive me. I asked the good Lord to forgive me, and I'm a better man, and the classes helped me on everything.
Yeah, glad to hear that. Well, let me ask the warden there. Warden, what can you tell us about Mr. Lambert?
Mr. Lambert is a minimum A offender trustee. He's assigned to Camp FD1 and he works at tractor repair. He had a total of 29 DB reports, last being September 15th of 2004. He has participated in 100-hour pre-release, thanking for a change, victim awareness, and victim awareness letter training. He also did anger management, substance abuse, and his tiger is low.
All right, thank you. All right, we're going to hear from the Parole Project now, Mr. Myers.
Good morning, Kerry Myers, Louisiana Parole Project. Here to let the board know that Mr. Lambert is our client should this board see fit to grant him a recommendation today, and he become release or parole eligible, parole project will provide transitional support. This is based on his disciplinary record, his work record, the comments from the institution, and his overall conduct since he's been incarcerated.
Great, thank you. And let's hear from Mr. Lambert's mother, Miss Nadine Lambert. Ma'am, what would you like us to know about your son? Miss Nadine,
Yes,
what would you like us to know about your son?
well, I've been through all this with him. I've visited him just about every 2 weeks, so I know every month over here. And I've seen a lot of changes in him. And I know that he's a changed person. And he will do great in society. He's not the same man. He's a better person. He's learned his lesson, and he knows he has to respect the law, even if he did something happened in his mind when all this took place. He was a young person trying to survive, raise a child. And he didn't have too much cooperation from his wife. God forgive me.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for speaking with us this morning, and he's lucky to have your support for all these years. Before we move to our interview, Mr. Lambert, we're going to hear from the opposition. Could we first hear from Sissy Armoni?
Good morning.
Go ahead.
Okay. Good morning. My name is Pauline Sissy Arnone. I am Mary Arnone's sister. Living without her has been heartbreaking beyond my words can express. As for David Lambert is concerned, let me express my concerns. To my understanding, David is asking for a pardon at this hearing today. I do understand the rehabilitation is a good goal of justice system, but we must acknowledge the severity of David Lambert's actions and the damage that he has caused. We must be assured that David will no longer be a danger to my family or to anyone upon his release. From my personal point of view, knowing David in the past, and maybe still is, a very pure, evil man. I do understand that people can change for the better and they can also change for the worse. David has been surrounded all these years with the worst of the worst criminals, just like himself. And we all know there is a very small percentage that only a few ever changes. Knowing how he was or still in the past is a possibility, and David being in that environment for so long, he will not be able to cope with today's society. It's not the same world as it was all those years ago. I really don't think he can adjust in today's world, and that makes me extremely worried that would he do the same as he done before and cause harm to my family or anyone's family. I would like to know who would be responsible if something so horrific happened once again if he was released. What would he have to lose? There's no telling what goes on in the mind of a murderer until the unthinkable happens. I beg you, let's not take that chance. He took the life of my beautiful sister and her beautiful best friend. They will never ever see their children or grandchildren grow, and we miss them dearly. A lot of people says I shouldn't write this, but I am. The Bible states a life for a life. So after murdering not one, but two innocent women, why would anyone consider a little over 30 years would be sufficient enough to release anyone? Justice would be letting him stay right where he is and right where he belongs. He does not deserve to live the rest of his days as far as a man knowing that he took the lives of others and possibility of doing it again. Once again, I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to say a few words, and God bless you all.
Thank you, ma'am. We appreciate your words.
Thank you.
We have Jamie. Go ahead, yes, please.
I'm Jamie Dable. I am the daughter of Rebecca Abear, the woman he made a conscious decision to murder that day along with his wife. He didn't just take 2 lives, he ruined hundreds of lives when he took a mother from their children. I've grown up without a mom, watching everyone have a mom. I have 4 beautiful children who will never see my mom. I have a husband who will never meet my mom. I went through proms, dances, marriages, divorces, deaths. You name it, I went through it without a mom because he made the conscious decision that he made to take a life. So what in this world would give him the right to think it's okay for him to be let out to walk this earth and enjoy the fresh air, enjoy his family, when he put 2 people in the ground who will never be able to enjoy the families they have? He took 2 lives and ruined hundreds. He doesn't deserve to walk that life. He deserves to be where he's at, serving the sentences he serves. Other than that, he might be reformed. He might have a better life, but he's where he's at. He needs to be. It's not fair. Why should a murderer walk free when 2 innocent women are in the ground and their families are without them? So.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Lambert, your case was assigned to Mr. Tillis. Would you answer any questions?
Good morning, Mr. Lambert. How are you?
Pretty good.
You say you and your wife got in an argument. I read your case and went through it. Were you on drugs at the time?
No, sir.
What was the argument about?
About her wanting to leave and I didn't want her to leave.
Okay. I have no more questions.
All right, Ms. Stapleton?
You served how many years so far? How many years did you serve, sir?
Well, I served 30 in Angola, but I've been down 32.
Okay. All right. In addition to what Jamie said, she also wrote a letter. She had some comments. I'm not gonna read them all, but a few things do stick out. She said her grandparents provided a wonderful, good life for her, but she has few memories of her mother and has no doubt that she would have been a wonderful mother and grandmother had she been given that opportunity. She didn't get to say that just then. And then there's another comment that the person is opposed, and he said he took 2 mothers' lives when he killed these women, and those children were forced to grow up without their mothers. It must be her sister. This loss was especially hard on his niece, Jamie, this man. He advised that in his opinion, the offender remain incarcerated for the original sentence, which is life. And this is the brother, and he said this little bit was okay to read. He advised that he was devastated by the loss of his baby sister. They were closest in age and also close emotionally growing up. So just like she said, and just like you learn when you take a crime victims class, and they talk about the ripple effect. And then of course, you think about this going out, but actually a crime victim sometimes is so devastating because even generations are wiped away. And generations of love and understanding and memory You take that away from people very, very close to the crime. That's all I have to say. Oh, I did want to ask you, you said bad things happen. Is that what you said? When you opened up your statement, how did this happen? You said bad things happen. You were arguing. Bad things happen.
Yes, ma'am, when you kill somebody, it's bad.
Yeah, bad things happen. Okay. I just want to make sure I heard it right.
Mr. Freeman, yes.
Okay. Mr. Lambert, were these the only two people that you intended to kill that day, or was there some others in the family you was gonna kill?
I wasn't intending to kill nobody, it just, flipped out.
So you wasn't planning on killing your mother-in-law or your sister-in-law or anyone else?
No, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Lambert, it was mentioned that you've taken some classes and particularly victim awareness and the victim accountability ladder. What did you get out of those 2 classes?
And I hurt people that I hurt. I didn't realize how many people I hurt. And other people's,
So did you write a victim accountability letter?
yes, ma'am, 2 of them.
Who did you write that to?
What you say?
Who did you write it to?
One went to Baton Rouge and one went up here, I think.
Who were the victims?
Oh, the victims, Mary Arnone Lambert and Rebecca Hebert Sullivan.
So you wrote letters to each of those families?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I don't have any other questions. I think the board's prepared to vote. Mr. Tillis? Oh, I'm sorry, I don't have them on my list. We have ADA on the line with us. Yes, Alexis Taylor. I'm sorry.
Good morning. Of course, the district attorney's office, we do stand opposed to any amendment of the sentence, parole, probation, what have you, him being released in any capacity. What I would remind Mr. Lambert is one of the prescribed consequences of his action is the death penalty, which he has avoided. So he has walked away from this with his life, unlike the 2 victims' lives that he took. And what's been very interesting to hear too is his mother, who's there in support of him, to blame actually one of the victims. She said he had a wife who was not cooperative or was not supportive. That is a problem. And also included in the facts of this matter, the defendant actually fled the scene and discarded the firearm, which was later discovered next to the interstate. So he initially had no plans to face the music for what he had done. And, like anything in life, with any sin that is committed by any of us on this line, right? While we may be sorry, while we may regret what we do, we still have to pay the price for the wrong that we do. So the state stands opposed to him being released. He actually did avoid the death penalty after taking the lives of 2 people, and he should remain incarcerated there in Angola. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Tillis.
Today, my vote is to deny due to strong opposition by the DA, victims, and the sheriff department.
State mention.
I concur with Mr. Tillis and the ADA. I think she spoke very eloquently just now about the severity of this crime and what you did escape, which was keeping your own life.
Mr. Prater.
Deny.
Mr. Freeman.
I concur.
Mr. Lambert, my vote also is to deny, based on the opposition that's been expressed here today. So today, sir, your application's been denied. Good luck to you.
As it should be. Man killed not 1, but 2 people, 2 women. Two people who are nonviolent, man. When you bring violence to somebody who's nonviolent, I don't know what should happen to you, but you definitely shouldn't when you go to ask for freedom, the people in your corner shouldn't say things like the victim wasn't cooperative. I think that's the word she chose. He didn't have too much cooperation from his wife. And I think that was a horrible thing for her to say. I think that's when it went left. That's when everything changed, man. For me, that was the final nail in the coffin. My mom was made up before then a little bit too, because I didn't like his body language. His posture was off. The way he expressed himself wasn't there. His heart wasn't in it. When you go for parole, when you asking people for forgiveness, man, you should be like heartfelt, emotional. You should be more articulate. You know what I mean? You spent 30 something years down with nothing but time to think, study, learn, and then you knew you was going to ask for forgiveness. You come very humble. I don't think there was an ounce of humbleness in him, man. And I voted confinement very early on. Yeah, man, very early on. This man does not deserve to be home, man. How can you? I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't see trusting this man as my neighbor. I can't as my co-worker. I don't know. I can't see this man losing it and taking it too far. Too far. Yeah. He'll force you to make a bad decision. Man shouldn't be out. He's not ready. Anyway, till next time. Peace.